who you're watching. Now, I'm going to make an assumption with this particular prediction. James, are you listening? Everybody that's driving is probably about to drive off the road because the assumption I'm going to make is that Tua has won the job. Okay, so let's say that Tua won the job. It's done. It's over with. Which group should you be watching? In my opinion, not the wide receivers, because our wide receivers this year will be used. We've had wide receivers used in times past. The wide receivers under Jalen was used a lot more his first year than last year, but it was because they were called quick short passes, etc. Tua has won the job. Okay, I'm I mean, if you just tuned in, I'm making an assumption. Tua has won the job because I'm trying to make a point. If Tua has won the job, or if they get Jalen where they want him to be, the tight ends will have the best year they've had at Alabama, dating all the way back to when I played under Lamont Russell. Is that a bold prediction? I think Lamont Russell, between the fullback and the H-back, that year in 1989, they had right at 100 receptions between the fullback and the tight end.
That type of prediction, Martin, with the tight ends, that is going out on a limb based on past track record when it comes to actual targets to the tight end.
You know why I say that, though? That tight end becomes that H-back / tight end. That position, the H-back and the tight end, will be what? Like the fullback tight end combo from when I played. The reason I set the assumption on Tua is, what will Tua do? What have we said Tua will do better than Jalen did, and possibly better than anybody since Gary Harris? I mean, Gary Hollingsworth.
Gary Hollingsworth. I hope Gary Harris is listening to
Yes, that. Gary Harris, the great Alabama quarterback who's now the WV.
And that would be, obviously, folks, distributing the ball to various targets in the passing game.
Yeah, Gary Hollingsworth. And Robert Saucier said, "Forgive me, Martin. Someone says this every year, laugh out loud. But let me tell you why I'm saying it. Let me tell you why I'm saying this. If Tua has won the job, like most people have already predicted, what does Tua do that benefits the tight ends and the H-back? He goes through his progressions. And if you're playing against Alabama, you can't stop. Homer Smith taught us this about football. If I build my route tree correctly, you cannot cover everybody. You cannot cover everyone. So what do you do? This is what you do. You take away the first option, the second option, the third option, James, hoping by that time what has happened? That the defensive line has gotten to the quarterback, caused pressure, sacked him, or moved him out of the pocket, right? So if you do that, then that forces the quarterback to get to his fourth and fifth read. Who's the fourth and fifth read in most routes? The tight end or the H-back. In my day, it was the tight end and the fullback, or the tight end and the running back, or the tight end. I mean, not the tight end, but the tailback and the fullback. So it was always that fourth to fifth. And that's what Gary Hollingsworth used to do better than any quarterback I've seen before him or after him. I've not seen anyone go through their progression with the consistency with which he did it. Here's the difference that I think Tua, if everything translates, he does it faster than anybody I've seen, because his first read is before the snap. And so by the time he plants his back foot, he's on his second read. Because he reads that first one. If that's taken away, he already knows where he wants to go second, third. That's why I'm saying watch the tight end position. And what did we see the other day? Who's probably the third option in the receiving tree? third or fourth option is Terrell Shavers. He was not the first or second. Terrell Shavers, the big wide receiver, will a lot of times be that backside guy, and the tight end. Who were the two people that Tua threw touchdowns to other than Jerry Jeudy? Terrell Shavers, the big freshman tight end, redshirt freshman, and Kedrick James. I'm telling you, watch the tight end, because I think Loxley knows how to use it. I think Loxley knows how to play it. But if the quarterback position has progressed, Tua, the starter, or if Jalen is the starter, that means he has progressed to go through his progression. So either way, I believe tight ends have a big year, including Robert. I'm saying it again. Listen to this list of tight ends. With this group of tight ends, they may not even have to be the fourth or fifth option. I think you have enough talent with this group of guys. You got Hal Hinges, you got Irv Smith Jr., you have Miller Forrestall, Kedrick James, Major Tennyson, all capable tight ends in the receiving game, not just in the blocking game. All of these guys are capable receivers. So I'm looking for the tight ends to have an absolute monster year. And yes, Robert, I'm going out on a limb saying that the tight end position, because of the improvement of the quarterback position and the offensive coordinator and how he knows how to use the entire field, Alabama's tight ends have a breakout season. The best season. I went all the way back to Homer Smith, 1989. But I guarantee you this would be the best year overall, James, under Nick Saban, without a doubt. Tight ends will be used. Robert Saucier saying people are big on Hinges, but I'm telling you, Forrestall is the best. Forrestall has the most between those two, but Irv Smith is the most athletic. Kedrick James is the biggest. Miller Forrestall has the best hands, and Hal Hinges is just he's one of those guys. Hal reminds me a lot of myself. Never going to be the flashy guy. Never going to be the guy that everybody paints up and puts on the poster. But when the meetings happen and the coaches look at film and the teammates look at film, always gets his block, always runs his route, always where he's supposed to be. So all of those guys, I wouldn't throw any of them away. And until we see them fully utilized, I don't know how you can say which one's the best, but I can't wait to see. I can't wait to see if we actually can use them a little bit.